One win on the weekend. One of them will come out here with that win. A huge match coming up for the Sharks as they look to stay in the playoff race, because at the end of this weekend, two teams go on to the Northern Conference playoffs. The Wild have already clinched that spot with 3-0 record up to this point. The Sharks need to win this match. Starting off with partner forward. Teams are set and standing by. We are off. Kevin Schultz opening up for the Sharks in the green. You have the Aces in the black with Captain Velez opening up on those snatches. Here's Trisha Davis for the Aces. So opening up on this Kilimanjaro race, partner forward. We go 5 reps of each element in this first quadrant. We're starting with the snatch, followed by the box jump over, which you see the Sharks on right now. Kevin Schultz, his partner is Hannah Hardy. She's on the boxes right now as the Aces move right into quadrant number 2. You got Velez, 165 pounds on that barbell. You can see the teams side by side right now. On the right-hand side of your screen are the Aces in the black. Trisha Davis onto the snatches now for the Aces. As we move down this quadrant, the boxes will get higher in height and the weights will get heavier. The reps will decrease. Right now, it is 4 reps of each element for each gender. And the Aces will switch out players. Hannah Hardy looking to finish up for the Sharks on your screen right now. Here come the Aces. You've got McNeil and Stallings. Both of these teams took the partner forward in their first match of the day. One of them looking to do the same thing here on race number 1, the partner forward. McNeil leading the Aces into a slight lead on your screen. You can see him slightly ahead as Taylor Stallings gets to her box jumps. Johan Falcone, slight hiccup on the boxes. He's okay, he recovers. While Darren McNeil working for the Aces. But Serena Clark right now trying to get the Sharks back into this race as we go back to the Aces. Taylor Stallings on that right side of your screen. Johan Falcone knocking it out. Here comes McNeil. Here comes Taylor Stallings. The Orlando Aces will win the partner forward here in this match. They will start the race off, the match off, as they started their first match of the day with a race win. Serena Clark knocks it out and the Sharks will get their 1 point. So as we get into this match, a match is a series of races in which teams earn points by beating the other in time or weight lifted for that given race. A race win is 2 points, a race loss is 1 point. If they fail to complete it under the time cap or designated wide margin loss, it'll be worth 0 points. So after one race, Aces 2, Sharks 1. We'll be right back after this message from Grid.
One is just one flavor.
Oh! I mean, with soccer, or any sport really, you always have like well, girls are better at this in sports, or guys are better at this, but it's like, that kind of meshes and goes away in Grid because you have your job and that's it. You're good at your job or you're not. So it's not so much guy versus girl anymore, it's just you're a human, do your job.
I don't treat them like dainty little ladies. I don't think they're lesser or weaker or softer. They deserve the same compliments and reprimands that everybody else on our team does.
I love that we had to share the same weights, the same box, the same everything.
There's guys who are afraid of the girls, like, oh man, she's really good at this or whatever, and I have to go against her.
And then I let the guys know, be like, hey, this is what they just ran. You need to match it or beat it. Otherwise, you're gonna hear about it.
The Fountain of Youth is a standalone product in our collagen line that is fantastic for immune support, fortifying your hair, skin, nails, your joint health, muscle recovery, and of course, gut health.
We do 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C to plus up the immunity in this. We also include maki berry as a good antioxidant to help you recover.
We also have 10 times the daily recommended value of an essential B vitamin, biotin. Perhaps the best part about the Bubs Fountain of Youth is that the flavor inside this is like a purple taste of magic. When you put all those ingredients together, you've got immune support, you've got great support for your hair, skin and nails, joint health, muscle recovery, and more. And our collagen, as always, is grass-fed, pasture-raised, non-GMO, keto-friendly, paleo diet-friendly, and all-around friendly for you. So come on by and check out the Fountain of Youth.
Feel great, do good. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, go on Bub's website right now. Use the code GRID, get 20% off Bub's Naturals. I'm telling you, use your MCT oil in your coffee every morning, and you'll probably get 10% stronger every single day. I can't guarantee that, but it could happen. Try it out. Use the code GRID, G-R-I-D, 20% off of Bub's Naturals. As we get back into the action here, Aces took the first race in partner forward, and we're getting into mirror now. In mirror, there's a required number of repetitions for both genders to complete in each quadrant. Both genders must finish their sets before anyone on the team moves to the next quadrant. And once that barbell is lifted, that barbell cannot touch the ground until all the reps in that final quadrant have been completed. If it does touch the ground, teams are going back to the start line and then come back to their bar. You can pretty much guarantee yourself you're not going to win that race. You might not even finish underneath that time cap. So extremely important that they are on top of their game and they work together as a team to not let that barbell touch the ground. As we get into this, Aces with an early lead, 2-1 over the Southwest Florida Sharks. In the mirror today, on this Kilimanjaro race, we're going for thrusters. Men, 195 pounds. Ladies, 125 pounds. 10 reps in every single quadrant for a total of 40. Teams are standing by.
Teams, stand by. Race.
And we are off. Starting off with an overhead look of both teams here in quadrant number 1. We're opening up with thrusters. You've got Gomez lined up for the Sharks. Right across from him, you have Valerie gunning. You've got Massey lining up right in front of him. You've got Lacey Boyd. You can see the teams, Orlando Aces on your screen. Sharks right there next to them, working together as a team, forming a human rack to help move that barbell down the grid floor. You've got Velez right in front of him. You've got Olivia Scott working for the Aces on this right now. Thrusters, a full squat into that press over as you see Falcone and Clark working for the Sharks. Slight lead right now for the Aces. Clark is done. Here come the Sharks. Aces already working. You've got Santos and Davis. Davis, a FGL rookie who showed out on the first match of the year, has been going strong all year long. One of my candidates for Rookie of the Year. As we go out to this wide-angled view, Aces on the right, Sharks on the left. Hands are up, Trisha Davis is ready. Sharks are ready, and the Sharks coming on back with a slight lead right now. It all comes down to this in the fourth quadrant. All comes down to this. It's 10 reps, Taylor Stallings, Kyle Massey. You've got Falcone right now passing off to Clark. This pass off can cost them the race. Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. Kyle Massey, final rep, and the Sharks take it. Even after passing it off, the Sharks hold on to take this race win and tie it all up at 3 apiece. Going into race number 3, we got that ringer point race coming up right after this message from Born Primitive.
We all possess an innate, savage-like instinct. Whether you want to accept that or not. Being relentless, not making excuses, getting after it. There's the easy way and the born primitive way. Failing is okay, because it doesn't matter if you're the lion or the gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. Born primitive, made for the modern savage.
The carbs are my essential every day. Since I started using it, my workouts daily change. I would say the recovery, like that's what it helps me the most. At the end of the trainings, like the end of the season, your body doesn't get too low or too destroyed. Like your body have time to recover and you feel it day by day. So I would say carbs and recovery are for me my essential.
And we are back to the action here on the grid floor. This grid race is brought to you by 10 Performance, the world's cleanest supplements. Make sure you go online right now, use the promo code FGL20. That is FGL20 to get 20% off of 10 Performance. Again, the world's cleanest supplements. As we get into this next Ringer Point race, we're going in 90 seconds. Now, Ringer Point is new to the league this year. Straight from the commissioner of Mallet Baseball, it's a way, an opportunity for these teams to have some sort of defensive action, to pick, to have some sort of say in how this match goes. So first, you have a Ringer Point race selected by the home team. This one was selected by the Sharks, I believe. Excuse me. Yes, this one was selected by the home team in the Sharks. And it's a handstand walk. But it's not your normal handstand walk. You got a handstand walk on the medicine ball in between your legs. It's a 6-pound medicine ball. And you're walking the length of the grid floor. That's right, all the way from the start down to that finish line. Ringer Point race is worth 2 points to the victor, 1 point to the other team as long as they finish within a 20% time margin in this race. We're going in 20 seconds. These teams are ready. The ladies are ready. For the Aces, you've got Jeanette Durant. For the Sharks, you've got Valerie Gunning. Ladies are ready. Handstand walk. Here we go. Valerie Gunning on your screen. Jeanette Durant for the Aces in black. Here comes Valerie Gunning. They are neck and neck right now. Jeanette Durant crosses it first. Jeanette Durant for the Orlando Aces. She will take Ringer Point race number 1. The Sharks picked it, but the Aces win it. They will take 2 points. I believe Gunning was right there, so she'll fall in within that 20%, and she should take that 1 point. We're going to go ahead and confirm that next after this message from LMNT.
Get that salt in, baby.
And we are back on the grid floor as we are finishing up some last-minute touches on this grid floor for our next race, which goes by the name of ladder. You see this race in every single match, but every single match we change it up. So in this Kilimanjaro match, you're going to have a clean ladder. So at every single spot, every single quadrant, their respective gender must perform one clean with that barbell. Okay, they can skip a barbell, but they must continue moving forward. So once they pass the first quadrant, they cannot go back to it. They get one attempt at each quadrant, and each successful lift is worth the same amount of points as its respective quadrant. So for example, the first quadrant, quad number 1, you see those big numbers on the grid floor, that is worth 1 point. You go all the way down to quadrant number 4, worth 4 points. But again, it's the grid. We got to make things challenging on these teams. So the further you go down, we got to make it worth your money. So as we go down this grid floor, the barbell has to get heavier. For the men, right, you're going to see the men on the inside lanes closest to that Valor Fitness rig. They're going to have 250 pounds, 275 pounds, 300 pounds, and that final and fourth barbell worth 325 pounds. For the ladies, you're going to see them on the outer parts of each grid floor, each setup, each lane. Ladies start off with 165 pounds, then 180, then 195, and that final barbell, 210 pounds. So we're going to see some big weight lifted in this race. If you see a player clear the entire floor, meaning they get a good lift in quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, they got a total of 10 points added to their team score. The Aces lost in their first match in this race by 1 point. The Sharks have never really been known for the ladder to be their strong suit, so it should be interesting. The Sharks do have some players that are strong, but the Aces are known for their strength. One of those being Taylor Stallings, team owner, team head coach, and team player. Teams are standing by, ready for race number 4. Aces 5, Sharks 4. Here we go. Opening up Hannah Haiti on your screen. 165 pounds. She is good. As we go over to the Aces side, Taylor Stallings right now. We're going to stay right here with Taylor Stallings. I want you to see how easy she makes this weight look. 210 pounds, power clean, like nothing. She's gotten 10 pounds. As you go over to Hannah Haiti, she misses that fourth attempt, but she's gotten the first 3. Kevin Schultz now on that right side of your screen for the Sharks. He's through his first one. Kyle Massey got through his first one with ease through his second one. 300 pounds right now for Kyle Massey on your screen. Easy. He's going to make his way up to 325. Will he attempt it? Kyle Massey, yes, he's going to attempt it. Kyle Massey's going to go 325 pounds for this clean. Kyle Massey can't quite get it. We go back to Serena Clark. Serena Clark with a strong power clean. We're going to follow her down as she goes over to 210 pounds. Here comes Clark. Deep breath. She stays tight. Serena Clark, can she stand it up? And she does. She clears the floor. We go back over for Scott. Wow. The Orlando Aces, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, one of the stronger teams. If you want to see strength, though, we got the Wild and the Brigade coming up next later on at 7 o'clock. But right now, it's Sharks versus the Aces. You got McNeil on the right-hand side. You're watching Johan Falcone, 300 pounds with ease. He's going for 325 pounds. Johan Falcone, easy money. McNeil will skip that fourth barbell. We're going back down the floor. We got Trisha Davis for the Aces. You got Gunning for the Sharks. Davis on your screen right now. We're going to stay with Davis. 195 easy. We're going to stay with Davis. 210 pounds for Trisha Davis. We're going to Gunning. Valerie Gunning, 2 1-0. Valerie Gunning gets under it. Valerie Gunning stands it up. This race is looking way closer than expected. 90 seconds on the clock. Alex Velez will skip bars 3 and 4. Francisco Gomez on the floor for the Sharks. Easy money for Gomez. We're going to stay with Gomez, 300 pounds. Francisco Gomez, 300 pounds easy. Will he attempt 325? Yes, he will. We're sticking with him. Francisco Gomez. From a start, didn't have it. He'll go ahead, save some time. Have Miola on the floor now for the Sharks. Lacey Boyd, 210 on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll stay with Miola on to quad number 2. Miola walking up to quad number 3, 195. Rachel Miola stands it up. She will skip 210. We'll go over to Miguel Santis. Quad 3, 300 pounds for Santis. Can't quite get it. We're going over. You've got the male counterpart. He'll get that fault, but he'll skip it. Going over to the aces side now. We got Becky Lowridge. We're gonna stick with Lowridge. She's going for 210. She got 15 seconds. Becky Lowridge taking her deep breaths. 210 pounds for Becky Lowridge. We'll stay with her. Becky Lowridge can't quite stand it up. Nick Kevich will get 1 point for the Sharks as time runs out. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna total up these points. We'll have a score update for you right after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Huge shout out to Valor Fitness, as this has been the home of the Northern Conference for the last 4 years. Without Valor Fitness, the FGL just wouldn't be the same. The Valor Fitness provides the equipment, they provide the facility, they provide that beautiful rig you see on your screen right now. So a huge shout out to Valor Fitness. Be sure to show them some love. If you're in town, if you're in St. Pete, if you're in Tampa, come by. Visit both of their stores. We're at the headquarters right now, but they have another store a few minutes away. Or visit them online, Valor Fitness. Thank you for all that you do in support of the Grid League over the last 4 years. Also, earlier on, you saw a message from our friends over at LMNT. I've been drinking them all day long, literally. That is what's keeping me so energized for you guys. Go visit them at drinklmnt.com/FGL and get a free sample pack. Just pay the $5 for shipping. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. All of our players are drinking it. All of our players have fallen in love with this electrolyte supplement and trust me, You will not be disappointed. We're waiting on a score update for the ladder as we're getting into our next ringer point race. This one selected by the Orlando Aces. So the first ringer point race, the handstand walk, was chosen by the Brigade. The Aces won it. The Aces have now chosen this as their ringer point race, and we're going into 5 clusters, 205 pounds on the bar, and we are in quadrant number 4. You got Kyle Massey for the Aces in black. You've got Kevin Schultz for the Sharks in green. Gentlemen are standing by. First to finish wins the race.
Stand by.
Here we go. Kyle Massey, Aces in black. Kevin Schultz, Sharks in green. 5 clusters. They got to clean it, squat it, and press it. 1 fluid motion. We're going rep for rep. Kevin Schultz is moving, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Schultz does it for the Southwest Florida Sharks. So both of these teams swapped on their ringer point races. Kevin Schultz, ladies and gentlemen, as you see head coach and player Nick Habich smiling. He's got that grin in his teeth because he knows he picked the right player for this race. As Kevin Schultz gets the Sharks to 2 points, pretty sure that Kyle Massey was within that 20% margin. Should be getting the Aces their 1 point, tightening this race a little bit closer. Once we get a score update, I will update you all as we get into our next race. Come up is the Jack and Jill race, and that'll be right back after this message.
The Fountain of Youth is a standalone product in our collagen line that is fantastic for immune support, fortifying your hair, skin, nails, your joint health, muscle recovery, and of course, gut health.
We do 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C to plus up the immunity in this. We also include maki berry as a good antioxidant to help you recover.
We also have 10 times the daily recommended value of an essential B vitamin, biotin. Perhaps the best part about the Bubs Fountain of Youth is that the flavor inside this is like a purple taste of magic. When you put all those ingredients together, you've got immune support, you've got great support for your hair, skin and nails, joint health, muscle recovery, and more. And our collagen, as always, is grass-fed, pasture-raised, non-GMO, keto-friendly, paleo diet-friendly, and all-around friendly for you. So come on by and check out the Fountain of Youth.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, ready for the final 2 races as we get into Jack and Jill, a body weight specific race. As we go into this, Sharks lead 7-6. There was a roster violation for the Aces, so they did not get their point on the ladder. They won the ladder, but due to the roster violation, they did not get that point. The Sharks still got their point, and has brought them to this point right now. 7-6. 2 races left. It's going to be a tight one, ladies and gentlemen. And we are off. Taylor Stallings opening it up for the Aces. You've got the Sharks right now on your screen. We're going to stick with them for a little bit, as you've got Mike Cintrone working on his handstand push-ups. You've got Carol Palumbo waiting in the ranks right now. Taylor Stallings, strength specialist. You just saw her on that ladder race. Go easy on it. And making these handstand push-ups look easy as heck as she passes it off to her teammate, Lasso. Again, these teams are opening it up with a total of 60 handstand push-ups. Following that, they got 30 handstand push-ups at a 10-inch deficit. Then they close it out with 10 freestanding handstand push-ups. 1 male, 1 female on the floor at a time. Mike Cintrone making easy work right now. It's been him and Palumbo this entire time for the Sharks. Right now, Megan Medeiros leading the Aces into that second element, 30. deficit handstand push-ups. They've got Kevin Schultz right now starting off for the Sharks on your screen. Looks like Hannah Haiti is waiting in the ranks for the Sharks. They've got Alex Velez. You can see on the opposite side, he's already ready. He's moving. Your team captain, this is his 5th year on the Aces. Moving quickly, Alex Velez trying to get his team first to that final element. You've got Durant already there. You can see the Orlando Aces on the right side of your screen ahead of the Sharks, looking to make up for that roster violation and get themselves back into this race. And the Orlando Aces do just that, and they take Jack and Jill. 1 minute remaining, and you've got Ambrioso looking to finish it off for the Sharks. He's got one more repetition, and he does it. The Sharks will get their 1 point. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going into that sprint relay, all tied up at 8 points apiece. You've got that next race coming up in just a moment. We've mixed things up a little bit here today. You saw the echoes in that first match of the day. Here, we're bringing in the triads. So we didn't do the echoes, but we're going to have the triads coming up next right after this message from Rebuilt.
Hi guys, my name is Paula, and today I'm gonna teach you how to perform freestanding handstand push-ups. The freestanding handstand push-up is essentially starting in a tripod, extending arms to lock out in a brief handstand, and then ideally returning to the tripod to be in position to begin the next rep. I recommend having proficiency in strict and keeping handstand push-ups against the wall, as well as the ability to hold the handstand for at least a few seconds before beginning to attempt the freestanding handstand push-up. Let's start by breaking the movement down into parts. First, you want to start with a nice even triangle with your head and hands. Your head should be out and in front of your hands to create a solid base in the bottom. Make sure it's the top of your head, not your forehead, that is in contact with the ground. Dig your fingertips into the ground and use them with stability throughout the movement, just as you would in a handstand. Think about keeping your core engaged throughout the movement and your elbows in rather than flared out to the sides. Kick up and use your hip extension momentum to generate lift and help push your body up into a handstand, and squeeze your glutes as you reach the top to keep your whole body engaged. At the top of the handstand, your head should be between your hands and your shoulders over your hands to keep a nice stacked position to maximize the stability. Return your head to the ground in a controlled manner and back out in front of the hands to make that even triangle position again. Return your knees close to your chest and get ready for that subsequent rep. I've got a multi-step progression to help develop the strength and skills necessary to master the freestanding handstand push-ups. First, master the handstand push-up against the wall. Strict will help you develop the strength for control and stability, and keeping will help you get the feel for using your hips opening for momentum through the movement. From there, get used to the handstand hold and using your fingertips to dig into the ground for stability. Once you can hold the handstand for several seconds, start with an up mat and get the feel of the headstand or tripod. You will then kick up to a quick handstand and down, 1 rep at a time. Next, try keeping up into a handstand. Then placing top of your head down in front of the hands to get into tripod position. I like to separate the movements at first so each portion is isolated and easier to focus on. Once you feel solid in both parts of the movement, start putting them together and stringing together your freestanding handstand push-ups.
Okay guys, that was it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to DM me on my Instagram and check my programming Core from Home. If you like these movements, make sure you subscribe for more.
And we are back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. I stand corrected. We got 3 races left. And the Kilimanjaro, we got the triads instead of the echoes. Triads are always towards the end. And the ladies take on the triad. You're going to notice on this triad, 5 elements, 3 stations of each element. All working at the same time. And the reps at each station must be completed before they move on. As these ladies get started, a false start, holding up the Sharks just for a tad bit. We're gonna stay on this screen as you see the Sharks working right now. Ladies going rep for rep, opening up right now in this first element, 12 overhead squats, 100 pounds on that bar. Then we're gonna move over to that Valor Fitness rig. You got 3 stations, 20 toes to bar at each station. Now, you can have one female that's more proficient in the toes to bar, do her reps, then move over to another station and finish for her teammate. You may see that in this race, but each station, each bar must have 20 toes to bar completed for the ladies to move on to the next element, which is going to be 10 dumbbell pistols, followed by 5 muscle ups, ending off in that final and 4th quadrant, 20 burpee box jumps. You see the aces moving quickly right here. They went into this race with a 9-8 lead over the Sharks. Again, our aces in the black on the right side of your screen. Sharks in the green on the left side of your screen. Here come the aces working over right side of your screen onto those rings. 5 muscle ups on each set of rings. You've got Medeiros. Looks like you've got Durant and you've got Scott working for the aces. Excuse me, Becky Lowridge, number 2, Becky Lowridge on that 3rd and furthest set of rings. As they all finish up at the same time, going over to the box jumps. Complete a burpee, then jump on and over that box. You got a total of 20, and you are done with the race. Ace is looking to go back-to-back race wins. Sharks with a few more muscle-ups to go. You got Hannah Haiti, you got Serena Clark on the rings for the Sharks in green. Kira Palumbo starting it up, opening up the burpee box jump overs for the Sharks on your screen right now. Once again, it was a 1-point lead for the Aces going into these final 3 races. The Sharks, playoff hopes, strongly rely on this match. We're gonna go wide angled. We're gonna stay in wide angled as we narrow this down to the final few reps for both teams. Hands are up for the referees on the side of the Aces. Waiting for some hands to go up for the Sharks. But it looks like the Aces right now have the upper hand. Final few reps for the Aces. They got 2 more box jump overs. The Sharks will change out, but the Aces will take the race. 45 seconds remaining for the Sharks to finish us up, get their 1 point, and stay in this match. Final few reps. You got 1 station with 3, 1 station with 1. Final rep. Cara Palumbo will take this home, and the Southwest Florida Sharks cross the finish line. Southwest Florida Sharks will get their 1 point. The females have taken on the triad. Now it's the males' turn to take down the triad. We'll be right back after this message.
I see everyone that they can meal prep on weekends, and that's perfect. But I don't usually have that time because that weekend I used to program my clients and everything, and just having my weekly box coming up, it's just like perfect because I really can like take advantage of those days, and I'm not just cooking and then programming again, and then I have to come back and cooking because that things take like 3 or 4 hours to cook. I really love Rebuild because it's super helpful. I usually choose the performance plan because it's non-dairy, it's gluten-free, and it's soy-free. When you eat to perform, those points are so important. Like there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind because we literally eat to perform.
So my experience with Patch was really cool because I didn't have to take any supplements or anything. It was super easy. I just put it on my arm and then I could just feel the effects from that. And so all I did was put it on my arm before a workout and I felt much more energized.
Yo!
It was definitely a better experience than taking pre-workouts because it was much more simple and I didn't feel like I was taking anything internally that was going to make me feel bloated or just make me any negative effects of taking something or drinking something before you work out.
The carbs are my essential every day. Since I start using it, my workouts daily change. I would say the recovery, like that's what it helps me the most. At the end of the training, like the end of the season, your body doesn't get too low or too destroyed. Like your body has time to recover and you feel it day by day. So I would say carbs and recovery are for me my essential.
And we are back to the action here at Valor Fitness. Final 2 races. After 8 races, it comes, 9 races. It comes down to these last 2. Aces lead the Sharks 11-9. The Sharks have thrown their bonus flag. So this race is worth an extra point. Each team may throw their bonus flag once per match if they choose to. It's an option. A bonus flag makes the race worth an extra point to the victor. However, whoever finishes first, they earn that extra point. The Sharks have thrown it, but if the Aces win, they'll get that extra point and possibly put this match almost out of reach. Right now, Sharks can win this race, and if the Aces finish under the time cap, it'll be all tied up, 12 apiece, going into that final sprint relay. Sharks throwing it all out on the line. Playoff hopes are up for grabs right here. Their playoff hopes rely on these last 2 races. 10 seconds on the clock. Jonathan, our MC, advising their teams to stand by. we are off. If you were just with us, you saw the ladies take on this same exact race. It's the gentleman's turn. Opening up with 10 overhead squats, a little bit heavier on those bars, 155 pounds. Then they'll move on to 12 toes to bar, followed by 10 dumbbell pistols, followed by 8 muscle ups, then 20 burpee box jump overs. You got 5 elements, 3 stations of each element. The respective repetitions should be done at each element. So it's right now 20 toes to bar at each element. It can't be 40 on one, then 10 and 10 on the other. It's gotta be 20 at each. Right now you got the aces in black on your screen. You got Leyes, you've got Santos, and you got Steven D'Amico working for the aces. For the Sharks, Dialect just finished, as well as Schultz, Nick Habich finishing, switching out players. As you got Schultz, Falcone, and Gomez now on the floor for the Sharks. For the aces, you've got McNeil, you've got Lasso, and it looks like you have D'Amico. He's gonna finish up and he'll switch out players, as it looks like you're gonna have a miscommunication. D'Amico was supposed to stay on, I think, and he went to switch it out. Velez now on the floor, McNeil staying out, and Lasso staying out. 8 muscle-ups right now. Schultz on the floor for the Sharks, and Briola still comes back on, as well as Habich. Eight muscle-ups as Valor rig is shaking from all the force these guys are putting onto those rings. We've got one more element remaining, and it is in that 4th and final quadrant. Closest to you, bottom of your screen. 20 box jump overs at each one of those boxes. The aces were first to it, but you've got Dialect, you've got Schultz, and you've got Habich. 1-2 reps behind. We're gonna stay wide angled on the screen. You're looking for the referee's hands to go up. That's gonna give you a sign. That's gonna give you a hint that they got 5 reps remaining on that element, on that station. Dialect moving right on to that middle box. You got 5 reps left on that last box that Dialect was previously on. We're looking for that hand to go up. You see the aces on your screen right now. One hand is up for the aces. Waiting for a hand on the Shark side to go up. I don't see anything. Another hand is up for the aces. We're gonna stay on this wide-angled screen. The aces could potentially put this match out of reach. There was a bonus flag thrown. Can the Sharks catch them? All out on the line for the Sharks, but the Orlando Aces take the race and potentially take this match. They took 3 points on that race. 40 seconds left for the Sharks to take their 1 point, and they do that. Those Sharks and Aces work their butts off, but the Aces come out on top on that race. We're going into this final race, the sprint relay. Aces 14, Sharks 10. We'll be right back for this sprint relay after this message from Flipsled.
So this is a foreign object. We only get to try out on the warm-up or on the grid. Like, you don't normally touch that other than a tire. So it's very foreign, but it's gonna be good. Being a professional strongwoman, we flip heavy objects all the time, so it's right in my wheelhouse.
Fun. It feels good. It's better than having a big tire. I like it. Good handling.
This is my first time using it. I'm pretty excited. I've done tire flips, which I assume is pretty similar in the past. My deadlift is really strong, so that's the main reason why I'm not concerned about it.
I kind of have a football background, so being in that, tire flips and all that, it brings me back to those days, so I like it. It's one of my favorite movements out here.
No one is just one flavor.
Oh.
So I have Meniere's disease. It's like a inner ear type issue. I'm not like 100% able to explain the science to it, but a side effect of it is vertigo. So on a regular basis, I can't tumble, roll, or spin without getting like really lightheaded or dizzy. So I go out there to start these burpees, and immediately I bend down and the floor shakes a little bit, and I look up and the ring starts shaking. And the only thing I'm thinking is, please don't let me miss this ring one time, because every jump, the room is spinning. I get done with my final rep, and I go to turn around, and I guess I turned around too fast, and just the entire arena just swayed left. If you've ever seen that movie Inception, everything just swayed to the left, and I kind of fell over into the rig, got my bearings, and then finished out the run. I was emotionally and physically drained after that, but it's gone now. I'm feeling great. Back to hard training, back to hard competing.
And like I said, we get it, because we are too. And we designed our bars for us, so we know they're good enough for you. Want more, do more, be more. Breakout Bar.
The Fountain of Youth is a standalone product in our collagen line that is fantastic for immune support, fortifying your hair, skin, nails, your joint health, muscle recovery, and of course, gut health.
We do 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C to plus up the immunity in this. We also include maki berries, a good antioxidant, to help you recover.
We also have 10 times the daily recommended value of an essential B vitamin, biotin. Perhaps the best part about the Bubs Fountain of Youth is that the flavor inside this is like a purple taste of magic. When you put all those ingredients together, you've got immune support, you've got great support for your hair, skin and nails, joint health, muscle recovery, and more. And our collagen, as always, is grass-fed, pasture-raised, non-GMO, keto-friendly, paleo diet-friendly, and all-around friendly for you. So come on by and check out the Fountain of Youth.
So my experience with Patch was really cool because I didn't have to take any supplements or anything. It was super easy. I just put it on my arm, and then I could just feel the effects from that. And so all I did was put it on my arm before a workout, and I felt much more energized. It was definitely a better experience than taking pre-workout because it was much more simple, and I didn't feel like I was taking anything internally that was going to make me feel bloated or just make me any negative effects of taking something or drinking something before you work out.
And we are back to the action for the final race of the match between the Orlando Aces and the Southwest Florida Sharks. We're getting into the sprint relay, a relay race in which 4 males and 4 females must finish 8 elements. Players may substitute at any time except after performing the final repetition of a given element. After that final rep of an element, player must return to the start line, complete a 4-point touch. That's it. All 10 fingertips, 5 on each hand, and feet behind that start line, 4-point touch. Then they'll sprint to the finish. Once they cross that finish line, the next player can go ahead onto the floor and attack that next element. You got the Aces with a 4-point lead in this match, mathematically putting it out of reach for the Sharks. Playoff hopes dwindling for the Sharks, but the Aces looking to take their first win in the season. A very young team in regards to FGL age, to the Floridagridleague age. A ton of rookies mixing with some veterans on this team. They've grown a lot throughout the season, and they're looking to finish strong here in this final race. The Sharks looked promising. They took down the Brigade for the first time in league history just over 3 weeks ago. Have always been a force to be reckoned with in this conference. But the conference got harder with the Gainesville Wild joining up these three teams, making it a competitive conference, going hand-to-hand with that Southern Conference, which we're going to see 2 weeks from now live at thefgl.com/live down in Weston, Florida at the freaking fitness facility. If you're going to be there, if you plan to be there, if you want to be there, make sure, go online now, thefgl.com/tickets to get your tickets now. No matter what, I've never seen any one of these teams, and I've seen from season 1 to this current season, no team ever finishes a race easy, especially the sprint relay. As we get into this again, 8 elements, you're going to see wall balls, overhead squats with 185 pounds. You're going to see some burpee backflips, some handstand walks, some decks to pull over. The one we don't see, an element we don't see as often on the grid. Some hang snatches with a dumbbell. We're gonna test that vert with some burpees to a 9-foot 9-inch ring, and then finish it off with some clean and jerks at 225 pounds. Starting off with 20 wall balls. It looks like you're gonna have Low Ridge for the aces in the black, in green. You're gonna have Budhas for the Sharks. Final race of the match, it is on. You got Budha right now on your screen in green for the Sharks. You've got Low Ridge right across from him working on those medicine ball wall balls. 20-pound wall ball. It doesn't matter, female or male, it's 20 pounds, both going to that 10-foot target. Budha, we haven't seen much of him. It's good to see him on the grid floor. Hand is up for both referees. 2 more reps to go for Budha. 1 more rep to go for Low Ridge. They finish at the same exact time. Oh, and a bit of strategy on there. With 1 rep left, Serena Clark will finish it, allowing the Aces to take an early lead as Kyle Massey snatches that barbell up, begins the overhead squats. It's a total of 185 pounds on that bar. We go widescreen now with Johan Falcone on the floor for the Sharks in green on the right of your screen. There he is. Hands are up. Johan Falcone is moving, ladies and gentlemen. And Falcone gains that lead back. Up next. Wow, and a mistake on the side of the Aces. Opening the door as Rachel Miola knocks out 3 burpee backflips.